Hi Tom, Dan here from purplegolf.com. Apologies, it's taken me a while to get around to your lesson, Tom. I know it's a bit frustrating, so I do apologise. I've had a few technical issues this week which have preoccupied me, so apologies for the delay. But the good news is that the swing is looking really good. I think I'm right in saying you picked up top spot at Neffin, and I'm not surprised because it does look like you're swinging the club really nicely. So excellent improvement from the previous clips that I saw from you, Tom. So we're going to have a look at that in a moment and just show you some of the things that you're doing better than we saw last time. But generally, much better setup, much better angles, much better plane to the swing, both back and through, and the downswing just slots nicely into position, and bang, you just don't look like you're going to hit a bad shot with the driver. And that one takes off arrow straight with no side spin, so very good. Very impressed. So let me just drag in this previous clip of yours, Tom, and just remind ourselves what we said about your swing originally here. Now, we said the setup was sort of very straight-legged, not very athletic, just too erect in the whole body, really. Just no athleticism in the setup, and as a result of that, the takeaway here was a little bit outside, or a lot outside, and there was a lot of standing up going on in your first move. So not a very powerful position with the backswing, and then the club was dropping under plane in the downswing quite a bit, and the body was kind of not able to really fire through impact. So those are the things we talked about in the last lesson, and what we see now. Certainly it addressed much better angles there. The takeaway plane is much better. You see it's tracking nicely up that shaft plane there, and halfway back, very nice plane there. And a good left arm plane at the top, and as a result of that, the club tracks down on a nice plane here and hits plane halfway down, and from there you just release it nicely. So very good, Tom. I'm not surprised you're hitting nice consistent shots, because there's a lot of things in this action that are very good. So I'm not entirely sure if there are any things that you're still having difficulties with, but just looking at what I'm seeing in this swing here, there's a couple of things I would just highlight to you, Tom. And first up, I'd say you just look like you're sat a little bit too much now on your heels here. Just the look of you there is that you're just kind of a little bit kind of flat-footed and a fraction on your heels. So make sure that your weight is nicely on the balls of your feet. I like the leg flex in there, so make sure you keep that. But just get that weight an inch kind of further forward at address, and that's just going to help you use the body well in the swing. And the other thing I would say is there's still a bit of evidence of that sort of standing up in the first move. See, your head there does tend to go up in that first move, and that again is going to make it not quite as efficient an action as we would like, and the backswing does tend to get a little bit long. So the combination of the good posture and just keeping that height a little bit more level in the first move will help just to improve that backswing even more, make it just a bit more efficient. I think the feeling, because at the first move it's kind of a little bit of a standing up and backing away from the ball, and the left arm comes away from the chest just a fraction. So I guess the feeling for you, Tom, in that first move is almost that the head's going to move down and towards the ball, rather than this kind of backing away feel. You want to almost feel that the head's going to work this way, in towards the ball. So you just maintain the body angles a little bit better, and just keep that left arm on the chest. At the moment, the left arm kind of wants to work out a little bit towards the ball as the upper body backs away. So I'd just like to see those two still a little bit more synchronised. So the spine staying more forward as the head doesn't bob back. See, rather than that standing up, to keep the head nicely forward and just rotate rather than backing away, and just keep that left arm on the chest just a fraction more. And as I say, it's a good move at the to the top of the backswing here. The left arm plane is good, but because you've backed away that fraction and the weight on the heels, the club just sort of tips over the plane at the top there, and you just lose control a fraction of that club at the top. Ideally there you'd have your head either level with or even below its starting height, and that spine nicely forward. I like the look of the lower body here, it's very good, but I'd like to see that upper body just out more over the ball, because if you had a strong wind coming from this direction here, it feels like you'd almost be falling on over backwards here, Tom. So if you really want to you know, get maximum out of your swing in terms of power and you know, in club head speed, you just want to use this upper body a little bit better, because you can see here at the top of the backswing the spine angle's gone up and that right arm just falls a bit behind you, and as a result of that, when you come down here, we just find that the hips work in towards the ball just a little bit. They work this way a little bit, and you can see that gap there from their starting position towards the impact zone. So that just means that the spine is forced upwards, and the body has to stop a fraction, and it'll just be a bit more of an arm release rather than a full-blooded body release. You know, I really like the swing, so I'm sort of nitpicking a little bit here, because this start down here where that left side moves to the target. I mean, I highlighted that to you last time, but now it's even better because you've got the good angles in the body here, and that club drops into a lovely delivery position there. So that's very good. Also, the issue we have slightly is that you can see the shoulders are still quite closed at that point, and that's because of that top of the backswing position being slightly long, and you just being slightly kind of tall in the upper body. That club just kind of falls a fraction behind, and the body just works into the ball a fraction rather than rotating as you start down. You know, it's a small point really, but you can see that right foot sliding back just as you come into the striking zone there, just fighting for a fraction of room there as you come into impact. I mean, all in all, Tom, good swing. You're going to be able to hit a nice solid draw with this swing, no problem at all. So it's going to be a good strong ball flight. You're not going to spin it too much, and it's going to be a nice, consistent, repeatable, solid draw, which is great. You know, off your handicap, you know, really, you're not going to get the air. You're not going to get huge, you know, improvement in your score by working on your swing at this stage, because your swing is good and it's efficient. So, you know, your improvements are going to come from other areas, I suspect. But if you do want to, you know, improve the action even more and get that little bit more power, then ideally what we would be looking for here is the hips back on this starting line and the spine a little bit more forward out over the boards, so that you can really rotate the body down the target line rather than out towards the ball. But as I say, that's nitpicking. You know, and I like the way that you release the club really. You know, the arms release quite nicely through the ball there, and it's a good release with the arms. You know, and it's a good follow through position. Yeah, there's no doubt it's a good swing. So just in summary, Tom, you know, not a huge amount to say at this stage. It'd be good to see a face on from you as well, just to reprise how you've been getting on versus what we said last time, because I think last time we did say that you were sort of rocking to the right a little bit off the ball. Now you're not standing up off the ball as much, so I'm assuming that that's probably improved, but it would be good just to see that, just to make sure that the backswing move from face on is where we want it. But all in all, if you can just kind of maintain that posture a little bit better in the first move by not rocking back with the head and the upper body, that'll just help you to control the club a little bit better at the top and just shorten that backswing out, because ideally we want the backswing somewhere around about here, but you can see that club just tends to fall a little bit there because it's slightly out of balance, and that right arm's just a touch behind you. from there the body just works into the ball just ever so slightly, rather than so there's not really any rotation in that lower half as you start down, which is what we would want ideally. But hey, I don't want you to, I don't want to dismantle what is a good action. So I think really the things to concentrate on are, make sure that your weight isn't on your heels, Tom, at address. Make sure it's in the balls of your feet here nicely. And just on that takeaway, that very first move, just get the feeling that rather than your swing trigger being just to sort of stand up and back out from the ball, you just want to feel that head is going to stay nicely up against this starting line here, and almost move down towards the ball as you start the club away, and that left arm's going to stay on the chest rather than just coming away ever so slightly. But excellent work, Tom. Really pleased with how your swing's looking, and really pleased to hear that you're playing well. And I look forward to seeing some more swings from you soon. If there's anything else I can help you with, any other parts of your game, then please give me a shout, and I'll be happy to take a look. So good luck, Tom, and I hope to see some more swings from you soon.